Oh, shit. Oh, my ring light's about to break. Let me make sure. I'm sorry, I'm 1 minute late. Let me make sure it's all good. I don't know if that's even. Hello! Hello, everyone! Hi from Israel. Wow, that's so cool. I want to go to Israel so bad. You know, I almost lived in Jordan. I was so close. Ended up moving to Hawaii instead. Good morning, everyone. Oh, thank you. You guys are so nice. Sorry, I'm 1 minute late. I was working until 3 a.m. So I'm a little tired. Yeah. No, I'm just a little tired, and so I was like rushing around this morning because I was like, you know what, I kind of want to get a little bit of extra sleep in because I'm so exhausted. But we're here. We're queer, and we're here to stay. No, just kidding. Sorry, let me pull up everything so that we're good to go. Sup, bro? I don't know why the comments are coming in so slowly. Oh, there we go. Hi. Hi, everyone. So I have the chat room pulled up on 3 different devices so that I don't miss any of your guys' questions. As much as humanly possible, that is. Okay. Yay. Oh my god, I feel like an old person. I'm literally like... Hi guys, hi everyone. Okay, I don't know why the comments are coming in so slowly. Anyway, welcome to a live stream. I feel like it's been forever since I've done a live stream. It really has been a while, but if you aren't familiar with my live streams, I'm going to answer your guys' skincare questions. I do this as a way to connect with you in a way that I can't do in my videos or on my other social media platforms, and just rapid fire response, go through skincare questions, any concerns that you're having with your skin. But I do want to clarify that this is not meant to be professional advice. I'm not a licensed esthetician or a dermatologist, and so please don't take this as Bible truth. Feel free to get a second opinion. This is just to help you guys a little bit in case you're needing some direction, but by no means is my word the end all. So feel free to get as many different opinions as you want. I just hope that this can be fun and this can be a way that we can connect and just have a blast. And I love doing these live streams because it's just a fun way to interact with you guys, because I actually get to see just your comments like coming up rapid fire and me have a shit ton of anxiety as I try to respond to all of them. No, I'm kidding. I actually really enjoy it. I think I'm now at the point to where I can handle live streams, because I remember my first live stream I finished and I was like shaking and I had to sit on my bed because I was like, I have never been hit with so many chats and so many live questions all at once. How do I process this? But now I'm just numb to it. Okay, anyway, so I'm just gonna start answering your questions. Feel free to shoot them off to me. I will be answering as many super chats as I can. It's always my goal to answer them, but of course there's just so many questions, so there's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to answer all of them. But thank you to everyone who sends a super chat through. You guys are awesome. Lori says, hi Hiram, wish I could adopt you as my nephew, LOL. Thank you. Your videos have helped me so much. What are your thoughts on Even Prime? I love Even Prime. I think they're a great brand. I really like their moisturizer and their cleanser. I think the moisturizer is my favorite product because it has a really good blend of different like soothing agents. They did come out with a new serum that I really want to try. I haven't tried it yet. It's a barrier one, but I'm wondering if it's going to be anywhere near as close as to my love for the Great Barrier Relief from Crave. So I need to try that one out, but yeah, I think they're a great brand. CeraVe, The Ordinary, nothing works. I still get acne. My skin is oily. Do you think my moisture barrier needs repairing? Yes, you know, that may be the case. Also, I will say, if you are the person who's like tried so many different skincare products, nothing is working, and you're making sure that you're using them for the right amount of time, like at least use them for like oh my goodness, I'm having a stroke. At least use them for 1 to 2 months each. There we go. Before switching up the products, because sometimes in people's desperation to like fix their skin as quickly as possible, they'll just start trying a bunch of new products and they'll change like every few days or once a week. And in reality, you really should use a routine for 1 to 2 months before you start changing it up. So if you've done all of that and absolutely nothing is working, that's where I do recommend going to a professional, because your problems may be a little bit more specific or maybe medically based, that you would need, professional help assisting through, because in reality, like, you should be able to start seeing good results from like integrating good products into your routine. I also recommend, if you're struggling with like really severe breakouts and stuff like that, take a look at your diet, because diet can have a huge impact on the health of your skin. And if I had $1 for every single person that has told me once I cut out milk from my diet, my skin just, you know, glowed up. Is glue, I feel like glue should be a past tense use of glow instead of glowed up, because glowed up just sounds incorrect. Anyway, so yeah, I would say check your diet too, because that may be, you know, something that's like interfering with that. Let's see. Good skincare for a 12-year-old. Honestly, sunscreen, that's just the number one, the most important thing. So if you can find a good sunscreen and a good cleanser, I'd say you're good to go. If you are struggling with acne, then I recommend like a salicylic acid treatment, but check with your parents before you do anything like intense. You want to make sure that, you know, you have their sign off before doing anything, you know, crazy to your skin. I'd say just a good cleanser and a good sunscreen is a great way to start a skincare routine when you're that age. But props to you, because I was way older than 12 when I started my skincare. So you're already way ahead of the game. Good for you. What do I think about e.l.f. skincare? I love e.l.f. skincare. I think they have such a great selection. I love their Happy Hydration line. I think that's like the best line from them. Also, their new CBD line is so good. Their new CBD eye cream, I love that one. The ingredients are amazing. Their Happy Hydration cream, I've literally talked about on so many videos on my channel. I think they're awesome. I really, really like them. What are substitutes for the ordinary salicylic acid? The Paula's Choice 2% BHA solution. Oh man. So I typically have my skincare products just like all over the ground in front of me so I can reach them at any time. Sorry, there's a reflector. Ooh, they're in this bag. And I love you guys, but I'm not gonna go digging through that for 10 minutes to try and find the products to hold up. So you're just gonna have to search the terms that I say. So the Paula's Choice 2% BHA solution is an awesome one because that's like one of the only products that literally made my pores look smaller. I don't know how, because that's physiologically impossible, but it happened. So I recommend that one all the time, because the ordinary salicylic acid, I'm pretty sure they've completely discontinued that. I don't believe that they're reintroducing that, because it's been like 2 years or something like crazy like that since they last had it. So Florence by Mills. Florence by Mills is not terrible. It's not the best. I will say, I feel like maybe I was a little bit harsh when I made that video, because I was learning about essential oils and fragrant extracts and different things like that, and Florence by Mills does include fragrant extracts, which I don't like. However, at that point in time, I don't know if I realized like the difference between an essential oil and a fragrant extract, and that an essential oil is way more potentially irritating than a fragrant extract. And so I was kind of holding them on the same playing level, which is why I was kind of turned off Florence by Mills. Not as terrible as I thought, but I still wouldn't really use them. I feel like they're just a little bit amateur. But again, their main audience is for like young teenagers, which is definitely not my ass. So I don't think they're the worst, but they're also not the best. Eric says, Hiram, thank you so much. I was on your Bison live stream. Bison live stream. I'm not sure which live stream that was. But thank you for watching. And you helped me with your question. Okay, you inspired me to start my skincare with Eric TikTok, and I wanted to say thank you. You got me out of depression. Oh my gosh, no way, seriously? Let me look you up on TikTok right now. Okay, skincare with Eric. Oh my God, no way. Okay, well, I'm going to follow you right now. That is so cool. Well, I'm so glad I could help a little bit. You know, I love seeing skincare creators start on the app. It's so cool to see everyone like, because the skincare community on YouTube is just so loving and it's so supportive. And so I love when I'm able to find new people to support. And I'm so glad I could have hopefully a little bit of a positive impact on your life and your skincare journey. So thank you for sharing. And I really appreciate that. Thank you. Mad says, hello there. I love the First Aid Beauty Coconut Water Screen, but it leaves my skin a little bit too dry. Do you have recommendations for something similar that might be more hydrating? Yeah, definitely. So that's the main complaint I get from that product, because when I say it's for oily skin, I truly mean it is for the oiliest skin out there. I would not recommend that product to anyone who doesn't have super oily skin. I'd say, what's a similar texture to that one? Because it has such a unique texture. I'm trying to think of another water cream that's good. Oh, that's a really good question. I mean, the First Aid Beauty Berry Air cream I like, because it really focuses on barrier repair and it gives a little bit more moisture, but it still has a more like lightweight oxygenated texture. So that one's pretty cool. I don't know why, but the only water creams I can think of that are good substitutes for that one are like really fragranced. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. I'm not 100% sure, but just watch any of my videos where I talk about moisturizers that I like, or any of my videos for oily skin. You'll find a lot of recommendations there. But thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Let's see. Hi, Hiram. I was prescribed tretinoin 0.05%, and I've never used retinoid before. Do you have any recommendations for someone new to tretinoin with dry skin? So I will be 100% honest. I feel very, and I say this in a lot of live streams, I'm very hesitant about making recommendations for prescription grade skincare, because everyone's relationship with prescription is different. And because you are able to get tretinoin, that means you have access to a dermatologist, and they're going to know your skin best, and they're going to know how often you need to use it. So, and I even just saw a post last night, I think it was from a dermatologist, saying like, look, if you're not a dermatologist, you shouldn't be telling people how to use tretinoin. And I completely agree, because it's just like, some people may only need to use it once a week. Some people may need to use it every day. It really just depends on your journey. I will, however, say there have been so many people, like thousands that I can think of comments that I've seen where people say that their dermatologist prescribed them tretinoin, but never mentioned a sunscreen. And they never even knew until like they watched my videos or another creator's videos that you're supposed to wear sunscreen, which is just absolutely appalling to me, because if you're going to be using that high strength of a retinoid, or just doing skincare in general, sunscreen is the most important thing. So anyway, I will say, just make sure you're using a really good SPF 50 sunscreen, and make sure you're using it overnight, not during the day. Those would be my only recommendations. For anything else, I really would recommend you going to your dermatologist, because they're the expert for the reason. They're the one that you can turn to, and because you do have access to them, who knows your skin more than I do, I really think you should ask them, if possible, how to use it. And for anyone who's going to see a dermatologist, don't be afraid to ask questions. Get into the details, grill them with the questions, because I've just heard too many stories of people saying like their dermatologist didn't really help them, you know, kind of learn how to start using products. And I'm sure the dermatologists are super busy and, you know, have so much going on, so it's not to blame them. But just, it never hurts to ask questions. Emma says, hi Hiram, last year I got an IUD, birth control, and since then my acne has been the worst it's ever been. What would you recommend? Ooh, you know, that is difficult, because, and I've known a few people who have this, because typically birth control will help to clear up your acne. Like a lot of people with really severe acne will see incredible improvements once they start taking birth control. I do know some people where it's had the opposite effect, and honestly, I'm gonna say I don't have a medical understanding of the body to be able to understand different responses and how to treat them, and that's really where you're gonna see the benefit of a dermatologist, or just talking to your primary care provider and ask about, you know, what possibly you could do, because that deals with a whole different issue, because that's a lot of, essentially, and this is my non-anatomy, non-chemistry ass trying to explain this, essentially that's a more response to something going on inside the body as opposed to outside. I'm more familiar with environmental triggers and things that are on the surface of your skin that could be impacting your skin negatively. But when it comes to inside, that's where I am just not very knowledgeable, and I won't claim to be, because I feel like in order to be knowledgeable about that, you have to go to a lot of school, and I can't focus for shit, so that's not going to work for me. Anyway, I digress. Check with your primary care provider or your dermatologist for that one. Hi Hiram, no matter what I can do, I can't unclog the sebum out of my pores. What products do you recommend, or should I do a professional extraction? So I will say, be aware that sebum is natural, it's normal, it is supposed to happen. Our sebum is essentially the moisture protection on our skin that we need. So a normal level of sebum is totally fine. By no means, you know how you see the extractions and you see like all the sebum come out? Your pores aren't supposed to look completely cleared. There's a difference between, like, say your pores looking refined and not dark, and you know, clear, versus devoid of any moisture or devoid of any sebum, because it's not good to expect that 24/7, just because your skin will be producing sebum no matter what. So I just say that just in case, because I've seen so many, you know, videos where people are doing extractions super up close and everyone's like, I want my skin to look exactly like that, and I'm like, I mean, that's not really how the skin works, but sure. So I will say it just really depends. I'd say if you have, you know, pores that are really large, are blocked easily or are very dark, and no matter what like exfoliating products you're using, they aren't, you know, going away, then I'd say, yeah, definitely an extraction would help, or going to a dermatologist and finding out options there would also be beneficial. But I will say, I personally recommend, you know, going in with niacinamide during the day because it reduces oiliness, and going in with salicylic acid at night. I feel like that's a great combination to really reduce the amount of sebum and oil that you're producing, and to prevent against, you know, blackheads and whiteheads. So I personally recommend that mixture. The ordinary niacinamide one, great one to go in with during the day, and the Paul's Choice 2% BHA one, good one to go in during the night. Sorry, I need coffee. Coffee. I think people who say it like that are just elite and so much better than I ever will be. What's your favorite moisturizer? Oh man, it depends on the day. It really depends on the day. I'm always trying so many new products, so my new favorites are like always changing. I'd say the timeless one is probably the First Aid Beauty Coconut Water Cream, or the Youth to the People Adaptogen Moisture Cream. Both of those are just, they're incredible. But honestly, it just really depends on what my skin's going through, and because I'm trying so many products all the time to find the best recommendations I can for you guys, it does really depend on the day, because I switch my skincare routine up way too much so I can find as many products as I can. So my favorite one right now is the coconut water cream. I went back to using that one because it's been a little bit humid here. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. It's been very humid in Hawaii. Hi, Harm. Can you try or look at some Carcella products? It's a Korean high-end brand, and I just want to know your opinion about it. That sounds really cool, and it sounds like it has Centella, which is calling my name because I absolutely love Centella. Let's see. Carcella products. Where did I get it? Carcella products. Oh, because it says high Hiram above it. That's why. I will look at that and let you know. I hope by high end you don't mean like 222 high end, because I would be a little bit nervous about that. Just because I don't like to spend a ton of money. But if we're under the $100 mark, for sure, I will definitely be looking at that and trying it. Alyssa says, hi Hiram, you're the best ever. Thank you. What are your opinions on the brands Belif and Bliss? XOXO, love you so much. Thank you, Alyssa. So Belif, their moisture cream is good. I definitely do like that one. That's my favorite product from the line. A lot of the other products from the line are just not really my style, because they include a lot of fragrance or essential oils or stripping alcohol. So it's kind of like all the ingredients that I don't like, but their moisture cream is bomb. Bliss was a brand that initially, for a while, I was just like, oh, I can't find anything I like from Bliss. And then all of a sudden they came out with so many products that I like over the past like 9 months, I think. So I've recently been a fan of Bliss, and they've been coming out with really good formulas. So like their Clear Genius Peel, or their Peptide Eye Cream, or their Rose Gold Moisturizer. Those are all my favorites. So yeah, I definitely like Bliss. Belif, I like the moisture cream, but that's all I've been able to find so far. Let's see. Can I mix the Ordinary alpha-arbutin 2%, azelaic acid suspension 10%, and the Versed Dew Point Moisturizer? So I'd say technically you can. Here's the thing though, I don't recommend mixing actives where possible. I really believe in your skin taking one active at a time, unless it's in a specific blend. Like if it's a product that's like, it has 2% of this, 2% of that, and 5% of that, then that's a little bit more okay because it's specifically formulated with the intent to be used together. But when you start layering actives on top of each other, I don't know, I get a little bit nervous because that's a lot for your skin to handle. Now, azelaic acid isn't like really harsh or anything like that, but it can be a little bit intense. And alpha-arbutin is very strong. That's a very, you know, it's a skin brightening agent, so it's pretty powerful. I would recommend splitting those up where possible, like azelaic acid during the day, alpha-arbutin at night. I think alpha-arbutin at night will benefit you even more anyways, because that's really when you can see the best results overnight, because your skin isn't trying to combat all the environmental stressors it has to go through every single day. So I think it's fine, but Versed Dew Point Moisturizer will work with anything. Any active you want, that'll work with it, because it's not an active-based moisturizer. Hi, hope all is well. Thank you, V. My boyfriend is starting a skincare journey, and we want to find an anti-aging eye cream that helps with dark circles and wrinkles. Any recommendations? Yes, so Eye cream isn't necessary to a routine, but I do love the Inkey List Retinol Eye Cream just because it includes retinol, which takes care of basically all those issues, dark circles, wrinkles, aging. So I'd recommend starting you to use a retinol eye cream or just use a retinol serum, mix it with, you know, a moisturizer and apply it on your under eye area. Really up to you. But the Inkey List one is so affordable that I'm just like, I mean, I personally, just for ease of use, would rather use that one. Also, if you're willing to spend a little bit more money, the First Aid Beauty Retinol Eye Cream is also bomb. That was really good too. Thoughts on The Body Shop in terms of skincare. So I actually did a video called The Truth About The Body Shop. Most of their products don't fall in line with my philosophy, but they have some fragrance-free formulas that are really good. However, since I made that video, I have seen some comments of people saying that Body Shop is a MLM, which is really surprising because I've never seen anything about that, and all the body shops here in the US are all chain. So I know that there's different divisions of the Body Shop around the world, so I can only speak for Body Shop USA, but yeah, they have some good fragrance formulas, and overall their ethics as a brand is just so admirable. I really, really like it. Hi Hiram, unfortunately I experienced piling with the Purito Water Comfy Sunscreen. Do you have another recommendation with a similar non-greasy effect on the skin? Thanks. Of course, Tamara. So I would say if you are able to try out Korean chemical UV filters, try the Centella Unscented SPF. The water block one is great, but it is a mineral sunscreen, and sometimes because of that slight white cast, you could see, and the formula, you could see a little bit of that piling. Is it pilling or piling? I always call it piling. I don't know. Basically where it like kind of like rubs up into little bits on your skin. I would try the Centella one because it's a different experience, but it's really good and really enjoyable. And I don't know, I love that one. I always recommend it. I know I'm like a broken record, but it's so good. It's so good. And I love seeing your guys' comments where you're like, holy shit, I didn't know it was gonna be this good. And I'm like, I know, bitch, it's crazy. The puppy's running around upstairs. Hi, I love you. Thank you, Kelsey. I just started a new skincare routine and started breaking out bad. How do I know if my skin is purging or if I need to stop using these products? So purging is kind of isolated to very specific ingredients. I will say purging is really only normal with retinol or maybe actives like exfoliation, maybe initially. But if it's lasting any more than like a week or 2 weeks, I would hesitate. Also, if you're noticing like an immediate reaction, that's usually a sign of irritation in my opinion. I just don't think that there's any need to use it. And purging is really only exclusive to specific types of ingredients. So if you're noticing purging because of your moisturizer or your cleanser or something like that, I would say that is irritation. That's not purging. Also, you want to make sure that you're slowly introducing your skin to one product at a time. If you introduce your skin to a ton of new products at once, when you react to something, you're not going to know what it is too. So you're not going to be able to determine, oh, it was the sunscreen that did that to my skin, or oh, it was the cleanser that did that to my skin. It's just kind of the benefit of slowly supplementally adding in one product at a time. And that's why I wouldn't recommend like starting an entire routine all at the same day, just boom, hammering your face with it, because that's a lot for your skin to handle if it's not used to skincare. But yeah, that's kind of my recommendation. I love all the questions. Thank you all for asking so many. You guys are coming through like always. My live streams are just so awesome because you guys just are so cool. What do I think about the brand Eucerin? I think it's good. I think it's basic skincare. You know, it's skincare that works. I wouldn't say it's like inspiring skincare. Like it's not skincare where I look at it and I'm like, wow, this really interests me and I want to learn so much more about this. It's more so just like, it'll work. It's skincare, you know, it's basic, but it's good. So I don't have a problem with it whatsoever, but I wouldn't be like going out of my way to reach for it unless, you know, I only had drugstore skincare, then definitely I would consider it. Jeanette says, I just want to say you're truly amazing. I just wonder, thank you. Sorry, I wasn't sure if it was going to go on. Thank you so much. I just wonder if you have any recommendations for treating redness on the cheeks and nose. All love. Thank you, Jeanette. So I'd say it depends on your skin type. This is one of the reasons why I usually recommend, am I frozen? On my computer, I'm frozen. I don't think I'm frozen. Sorry, just a second. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me clearly. Da-da-da. Really? Okay, weird. It just must be my signal for some reason. What was the question? I totally forgot. Man, that's how quickly my brain like goes over something. Shoot. This is bad. See, my memory should not be this bad. Oh, okay, redness on the cheeks and nose. Oh goodness, it's early morning. Okay, so if you have more oily skin, I would recommend niacinamide because it's great for reducing redness and sensitivity, and it will also, reduce oil. If you have more dry skin, that's where you can go in with a lot of really good soothing and hydrating agents. You want to make sure you're properly moisturizing your skin because redness can just be a sign of a broken moisture barrier. So make sure you're really moisturizing and use ingredients like centella and green tea. Those are great for reducing redness. And if you want to know more, you can watch my videos about like the best products for sensitive skin or like what to do when your skin is irritated. I can't remember the exact title, but I go through a lot of product recommendations and I specifically call out ingredients that you should be looking for. So hopefully that'll help. Would it be pointless to make my own BB cream by mixing my foundation pigment, moisturizer, and a sunscreen, or should I just layer as usual? So I will admit, unless a product has been specifically tested to be mixed with a sunscreen, like there is, like the Dermablend foundation pigment, that one has been tested at a clinical level to be, effective alongside sunscreen. I would not recommend mixing anything with your sunscreen because you just don't want to mess with that potential protection factor, and mixing it can sometimes dilute it and make it not as effective, which is not what you want to have happen with the sunscreen. And this is a little bit on the DIY type of skincare. I would say as creative as you are, it would be better just to get a BB cream because that's been specifically formulated in the lab and upheld against SPF testing to make sure that it will properly protect your skin. You doing it on your own, you're not going to know the concentrations and you're not going to know if they're even going to be effective together. So I, feel iffy about that, but like the Dermablend foundation pigments, for example, mixing with the sunscreen, like a tiny little drop, I think is really great for reducing the white cast essentially and getting that more BB cream effect. Cats for Life says, hey, I love your videos. Thank you. What do you recommend for oily and sensitive skin? Niacinamide, FTW. I love niacinamide, and this is one of the reasons I'm just constantly recommending it because it is so good for any skin type. But it's really good for anyone with oily skin specifically because we need some sebum reduction up in this bitch. Like I do. I get so oily throughout the day, but my skin can be a little bit sensitized when exposed to the sun. So that's kind of the benefit of using an ingredient like niacinamide. It will soothe and reduce oil production within the skin. Ooh, that was loud. Sorry. Hi Hiram, do you have any recommendations for hyperpigmentation on the armpits? Yes, so use an AHA deodorant. I know it sounds crazy, but using alpha hydroxy acids, like the chemical exfoliants that you use on your face, will actually be really good for reducing smell and for reducing the darkness on your underarm area. It's not going to help with the actual sweat production, like it's not an antiperspirant, but it will really help reduce that darkness because the AHAs basically do what they do to dark spots on your face. They exfoliate the dead skin cells off to help repair the skin. So try using it. I love the one from Kosas. I use that one every day. It's really great. And it's to the point where I'm just like, wow, I thankfully don't smell. At least I don't think I smell. Maybe I should ask my friends. But I feel like my friends are honest enough that they would tell me like, bitch, you stink. So I'm hoping I don't smell. It works super well and I see no darkness on the underarm area, and that's one of the great ways of getting rid of it. Let's see. Hi Hiram, do you have any recommendations for people with sensitive skin? So I will be honest, pretty much every single product recommendation on my channel is great for people with sensitive skin. And I know this because other creators and other people are like, damn Hiram, you're so overly careful on your channel with product recommendations. And it's just because I would hate for any of my recommendations to unnecessarily cause any irritation and a bad reaction in your guys' skin. So I would say it's pretty regarded as like my channel is being very, very, very particular about recommendations for sensitive skin specifically. So I really feel confident saying that any of the products I recommend are great for sensitive skin. But if you're talking about crazy sensitive skin, like your skin is reacting to everything, either try Vanicream or go to the dermatologist because that's usually going to be a sign of a bigger issue. I love your videos and I wanted to know if toner is completely necessary. What toner should we use? Love you. Thank you, Maria. So toner is not necessary in a skincare routine in my opinion. However, that being said, I don't believe toner is bad. You can use toner if you want. My approach is just like, I don't want to spend money if I don't have to. But some people really like the experience of a toner. And there are some toners out there where I'm like, wow, like there's the Isntree green tea toner where the first ingredient is green tea extract. Amazing. That'll really help with redness. But you know, the belief for a long time has been like cleansers overly strip your skin and they offset the pH. So you need a toner to be able to reset the pH so your skin is back to normal. Not true. Nowadays, cleansers are so the cleansing agents that we use are so gentle that they really don't offset the pH of the skin, but companies still want to sell you toners. So they're still saying like, oh, you need a toner in a skincare routine when you don't. But if I were to recommend toners, I'd say go either for a toner or an essence, because essence are extremely concentrated and you're getting, you know, a lot of the good benefits of like a few ingredients. The Neogen microferment essence. Oh, it's right here. Neogen microferment essence. There's the Isntree green tea toner. What other ones? I don't know. I don't do a ton of toner recommendations on my channel, but watch any of my Korean skincare videos because they have the best toners and the best essences out there. Hi Hiram, greetings from Colombia. Oh, so cool. I want to go there one day. I want to know what I could use to improve rosacea in the cheeks. So again, I will be 100% honest. I feel a little bit nervous making recommendations for rosacea because when you're struggling with rosacea, it is usually something, in my opinion, that a dermatologist would be best suited to treat, just because it is, you know, it is one of those issues dealing in pretty extreme sensitivity, and so I get nervous making recommendations about it because I don't want to further inflame and sensitize your skin. I'd say just make sure you minimize your routine as much as possible. Make sure you're not over moisturizing your skin, and also make sure that you're not using unnecessary irritants like fragrance and essential oils and alcohols and different things like that, because that can only, you know, increase the irritation that you're experiencing. And make sure you're going in with a lot of sunscreen. Those tips just in general will be really beneficial, but if you do have access to a dermatologist, I'd recommend seeing them because they're really going to help with any, you know, really impressive results in terms of rosacea. Excuse-moi. Sorry, I need water. My throat is so dry. My jawline is plagued with pimples and I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, jawline pimples are the worst. Like whenever I get them, holy frijoles, like I have a huge, it looks like a spaceship landed underneath my skin on my jaw. It's really bad. So I feel you on that. Plus they're really painful. So I'm sorry. I've been using CeraVe Salicylic Acid Cleanser and Differin Gel for months, but there's been no change. Oh, interesting. Okay. If you've been using Differin and you haven't seen any change, that's pretty intense because that is all close to a prescription grade retinoid. I will say maybe don't use those on the same day, but if possible, and I know I say this a lot, but it's like, if possible, you know, this is kind of the concern where if you've been using something that's really good for a long time and nothing's working, where you may want to go to a professional. But I will say, make sure you're not overly using the CeraVe Salicylic Acid Cleanser and the Differin Gel every single day, because those are two actives that you're layering on top of each other, so it's a little bit intense. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I just realized I never posted on Instagram that I'm live. Pardon me, y'all. Let me just take a double chin photo and post that we're live now. Oh my gosh, I'm such a bad YouTuber. Let me share it real quick. Guys, did you hear the new, well, of course you have, the new Ariana Grande song I'm obsessed with. I can't stop listening to it. Heaven, switching up positions for you. She's always so good. Every single song she comes out with. So fun fact, while we digress really quickly, I was in an Ariana Grande fan club when she was just barely getting on to Victorious. Like she had just barely signed on and been in like a few episodes, and I was in a fan club because I was like, she seems really cool. And then I heard her sing in this obscure video for the first time, and I was like, why is no one talking about her voice? Her voice is just out of this world, absolutely incredible. And for years, I was so mad that she wasn't so popular. And now, thankfully, she's the most popular girl in the world. And I'm so glad because she wholeheartedly deserves it. Anyway, go listen and stream Positions. It's a really good song. Okay. Hey Hiram, do you recommend taking cold showers for oily skin? Also, do you think Aveeno moisturizers work? So Aveeno moisturizers do work. Aveeno does include some fragrance, but on the, fragrance scale in terms of like how much they use, it's very, very, very minimal. So overall, I think Aveeno is pretty good. Their new oat gel moisturizer, I really want to try. It looks so intriguing. But cold showers, I mean, I don't really see it making that big of a difference. To be honest, I would recommend a warm shower because it, or using warmer water, not hot water, but warmer water on the skin because it helps to kind of like dislodge any, oil plugs or any dirt on your skin. That's the benefit of, a little bit more warmer water. It doesn't do anything for like opening the pores, but it does, help to just kind of move it around a little bit. And I wouldn't recommend taking cold showers. That being said, a lot of dermatologists have said that like taking warm or hot showers is actually, dehydrating to the body's skin. So take it how you want it. I don't think there's any reason for you to go out of your way to take a cold shower for your skin, if that makes sense. Hi Hiram, is the use of the People's Superfood Cleanser good for dry skin? I personally would say no. There are people, who have dry skin who love it, but I say across the board, it's definitely for combination skin. That's the best skin that it's suited for. Combination to oily skin, it really has a deep cleansing effect, but it will be overly stripping to people with dry skin. Like, to give you an example, I get dry skin when I go to the mainland. I don't really use that cleanser when I go to the mainland because it makes my skin a little bit drier. That's why I use a more hydrating one. But here, I love using it because my skin's more oily and I, do struggle with combination skin. So I wouldn't recommend it. And I've seen a lot of people who have basically said the same, that they're just like, they have dry skin. It's not that great. So that's my thoughts. Let's see. Hola, hola Mexican hermano. Can you do an intro using sign language? I've never seen you use sign language. Oh my gosh. My sign language is busted. It's been so long since I was, signing with my family and taking college classes, but I can just do like a little basic one, just like, oh, that was so bad. That was so bad. Basically, I said like, hey, my name's Hiram. So that's finger spelling. I don't have a sign name yet. I really, really, really want a sign name at some point. If you don't know what a sign name is, it's when, you have to be given a sign name from someone who's actually deaf. And for me, some people are just like, I want to find like a deaf person so I can get a sign name. I'm like, no, girl, I want to become like best fucking friends with someone who's deaf before I ask anyone for a sign name. So some point. Anyway, so I said, my name is Hiram. How are you? My day is fine. That's basically all I said. Anyway, hopefully you liked that. That was so bad. Anyway, hey, I've been breaking out in hives really badly and I don't know what to do. It hurts so bad. Please help. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is going to be the worst thing to say, but I really can't make any recommendations because anything that I say could make it even worse because I don't have a knowledge of severe, reactions on the skin. And I really would recommend either going to a dermatologist, but if it's really bad hives, I'd say maybe go to your primary care provider, your doctor, because that sounds like some type of really bad allergic reaction or something like that. So I'm so sorry, especially if it hurts really bad. Yeah, please go to your doctor. That's the best thing to do. Let's see. 13-year-old son is starting to get acne and blackheads and doesn't have a skincare routine. What should he start out with? So I would say, first off, sunscreen, just for long-term damage. That's the best thing to do. And sunscreen is basically like, it can function as a moisturizer as well. And then I'd say try salicylic acid, like a low strength one. So you can do the CeraVe salicylic acid cleanser or the Ankyllist salicylic acid cleanser. I think that's a good way to start because I take the approach of like, if you're young and if you're struggling with skin concerns, there's no need to like hit you with the hardest, most intense, strongest thing out there. I think it's fine to like work your way up. Start with something a little bit more gentle and see if it works. And if that doesn't work, then work your way up. So you can start with salicylic acid cleanser and then you can move on to, leave on salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide or other acne treating ingredients like that. Should be really beneficial. Hey Hiram, can drinking a lot of water help your skin? And also question, sorry, I'll just answer the first one. Can drinking a lot of water help your skin? So I will say, no. I'm just gonna say no, sorry. I saw like another really bizarre question pop up. That was so, some of your guys' questions are so interesting and a little bit invasive, but I still love you guys. Can drinking a lot of water help your skin? Yes. In the sense, if you are in the desert with absolutely no water, you are crawling, dragging yourself across the sand, yeah, water's going to help your skin. Just because water is going to help your body in general, because you need it badly, bitch. But if you're not in that situation, there's really no link between skin hydration or your skin clearing up from drinking water. They've done multiple studies, have not found anything. They have, however, found that food can definitely have an impact on your skin. So I'd say be more aware of the types of foods that you're consuming as opposed to like how much water you're consuming. Of course, drink water, but from what I've heard from just like multiple doctors, you shouldn't be like forcing yourself to drink like a shit ton of water every single day, because that's not necessary for the body. Just drink the amount of water that you need and make sure you're properly hydrated. But it's really not going to help with like reducing breakouts or stuff like that. Excuse me. Let's see. Is the Neutrogena salicylic acid good? If you're talking about the salicylic acid cleanser, like the grapefruit one, no. Nope. I don't recommend that one. But Neutrogena has so many products and a bunch with salicylic acid, so I'm not sure exactly which one you're referring to. But you know, it just really depends. Because Neutrogena has some good products, and then they have some that aren't that great. I'm a fan of their more unpopular products. Their more trendy products are the ones that I find just to be the most irritating. Alexandrine, that's a cool name, says, hi, I'm a big fan. What do you think of the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizer SPF 47? I have dry skin and I use this product as a sunscreen. I think Josie Maran is great. I love the brand. They're a little bit more on the pricier side. They are luxury, but their products are so good. They have a lot of fragrance-free formulas. They are really moisturizing. I will say, if you have more oily skin, I don't know if I'd recommend it, because they really focus on like deep hydration, but I think their products are really good. I am a fan. And Ananya says, hi Hiram, love from India. So cool. I want to go to India so badly. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. You motivate me so much to be a good human. Aw, and you've changed my skin. Wish to pursue management to work for skincare companies. Do it, girl. Do it. I think you would do awesome. Start changing the industry from within. I think that would be awesome. And I'm so glad that you enjoy my videos. Thank you for the kind message. That was very, very sweet. Opinions on Soap and Glory. I have yet to find a Soap and Glory product that I like, because they're very fragranced and pretty overly stripping. So not that big of a fan. Hey Hiram, do you have a skincare routine after a workout? I'm concerned that washing my face 3 times a day is too much. Yes, it is too much. So I will say, it depends on when you work out. If you work out in the morning, don't even bother cleansing your skin when you wake up. Just put on a sunscreen, go to the gym, and then wash your face after. You should only be washing your face twice a day. If you're doing any more than that, you're really risking overly stripping the moisture barrier, which you don't want to do. So I'd say if you work out in the morning, do that. If you work out at night, just do your nighttime skincare routine immediately after you work out. I'd say the only challenge is if you work out in the middle of the day, because, and even with that, if you work out in the middle of the day, if possible, just don't cleanse your skin in the morning. It's fine. You just have your nighttime skincare on. Just apply sunscreen and just wait, because over stripping your skin will lead to a lot of problems. So yeah, I don't recommend that. What do I think about the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Serum? It's luxury, but an all-time favorite. Love you, Hiram. Oh, thank you, Maggie. I will say I like that one. I am a fan of that one. It's one of the... I mean, Estee Lauder, in comparison to the majority of really, really, really luxury skincare brands, I think their formulas are significantly better than like La Mer, La Prairie, why am I forgetting all the other ones? Bobbi Brown. Someone tried calling. I'm sorry, someone tried calling. I still do live streams with my phone. Sorry about that. I thought for a second like my phone died. Anyway, like Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Serum, overall as a brand, they're not the worst luxury brand out there, but still most of their products I'm just kind of like, But again, they appeal to a more older audience who really likes the fragrance and the experience and the money. So it's just automatically not my cup of tea. Hey Hiram, I love you. Oh, thank you. I don't know what your name is, but thank you. I have dry skin and I use e.l.f. Happy Hydration Creed, Niacinamide, Purito Sunscreen, and my skin still feels crusty. Okay, so I would say you can go for a more hydrating moisturizer. I love the e.l.f. Happy Hydration Cream. I think it's great for dry skin, but it's not the most hydrating one out there. And you can definitely go for like a thicker, more heavier one. I'd say the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream, one of the thickest one at the drugstores, and it works really well. I think that one's great. There's also like the CeraVe Healing Ointment. If you really want some intense hydration, that one works as well. Aquaphor, there's different options out there for much more hydrating formulas. And while I love that one, I'd say it's not like the most moisturizing in the world out there. That's the only thing I'd recommend. But also niacinamide, like you don't have to use it if you have dry skin. Like it's not an absolute necessity. I still think everyone can use it, but I will say that's not an absolute necessity, like as opposed to someone with more combination or oily skin. Ola from Colorado, could you send a hi and a kiss to Vanessa? Hi, Vanessa. Your 10-year-old super fan. She would love it. Oh, I'm glad I could, say hi to her. Hi, Vanessa. I hope you're having a good time in Colorado. And you said, recommend a routine to her. She steals mine. I wish I had time to go through an entire routine and learn her skin type and all that kind of stuff. I don't think that's possible in this live stream. But hey, Vanessa, stop stealing whoever is messaging me her skincare routine. Get your own. I'm kidding. She's 10 years old, so can't really do that. Pardon. I'm talking so much that I sound like an old soul. Okay, so I have a chafing scar on the corner of my left eye from wiping away tears so much. It hurts to touch it at all. Please help. How do I get rid of it? I'm so sorry. That is a struggle. I have experienced the same where, you're just crying a lot and you start to get, issues there. Whatever you're going through, I'm sorry. My goodness, sorry. My throat, because it's early in the morning. Anyway. I will say try out the CeraVe Healing Ointment. That one's a great one because essentially what you need to do is your skin is being introduced to so much like water from your eyes. Excuse me, I swear I'm fine. I don't know what's going on. I think it's just because my throat is dry from talking so much. I will say use the CeraVe Healing Ointment because it's really good for preventing transepidermal water loss, which is what's happening. Your skin is losing too much water, so you need to put like essentially a barrier repairing and skin healing agent on it, and that one works really well. Or just any product that has a ton of moisture is very, very, very intense and moisturizing, and minimize the use. Am I okay? Am I okay? Am I good? Am I good? My goodness, I don't know what's going on. Sorry about this, guys. It's taking me like 5 minutes to answer this question. So use a really hydrating barrier repair type of product and just minimize all the use of any other products on top of that. Please don't use any actives on that area. That's going to only make the problem worse. I hope whatever you're going through is okay. It gets better. I'm sorry that you're crying so much. That hurts my heart. Let's see. What's my opinion on micellar water? Love it. So long as you're just using reusable cotton pads. That's the only thing I don't like about micellar water is that it does encourage the daily waste of using cotton rounds. But if you have reusable ones that you can get on Amazon or a lot of brands like Versed is selling it, I think micellar water is great. So much better than makeup wipes. Lip mask, the Primera Clean Berry Lip Mask. That's my favorite one. It's so good. A tiny bit goes a long way. And it's one of those ones where you wake up in the morning, you're like, wow, my lips are so hydrated. I also love the Tatcha one, but I feel like that one's more of it's a good seal over top of the skin overnight, but it's not one of those when you wipe it off that you're like, wow, my skin is so plump and moisturized. It's more so just it felt really nice. But I will say that experience is really lovely. I've been loving the Tatcha one recently. And that's the one that comes in a little jar. What do I think of the use of the people yerba mate resurfacing treatment? So I like it, but you have to be so particular about how you use it. I love that they use yerba mate because it's a really innovative source of caffeine, which is great for, you know, antioxidant abilities and for soothing the skin. But again, any type of physical exfoliant, any type of physical scrub, I'm automatically like, I'm not a fan. So I have iffy feelings about it. Again, with scrubs, it usually comes down more so to how you're using it rather than the actual product itself. So I don't know. I feel kind of like iffy about it, I'd say. But overall, I like the ingredients a lot. Hi Hiram, I recently discovered your channel. I have combination skin and a lot of acne and scars. What products do you recommend for me? I'm using aloe. So aloe is great. I think it's a great ingredient. I think it will fall short in terms of trying to repair things like acne and acne scars because those are very intense issues. So I will say you could benefit from either using, you know, acne products like salicylic acid and niacinamide. Salicylic acid will help to, you know, get rid of the breakouts. Niacinamide will help to get rid of the oiliness and also help to brighten any dark spots. But if you really want to go in hard and heavy with something that will work really well, try a retinol. Retinol will help to get rid of all of those problems altogether. And I love the Inculist retinol or the ordinary retinol. Both of those are great. Yeah, just feel free to use either of those because they're awesome. I love those. I almost lost my train of thought. I'm not sure what happened. Guys, it's so early in the morning. I am tired. Actually, it's not early in the morning. I just stay up so late working. Early in the morning. Hi Hiram, I love you. Thank you, Kathy. Help with congestion. Salicylic acid doesn't seem to be working, and neither does benzoyl peroxide. Oh no, okay, I would say if neither of those are working, really try focusing on just repairing your moisture barrier, scale back a little bit on the treatments, and make sure that you're properly moisturizing, or try something a little bit more rich and more hydrating, because if those acne treatment products are working, it could be just because your skin's moisture barrier is broken, and that's the reason your skin is reacting with breakouts, and that you just need to soothe it and just focus on, you know, moisturizing, healing that barrier. That may be a good option, because typically either salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide works for most skin types. It works for the majority of people out there. So I'd say try that if possible. Most like, you know, really good moisturizing products will just work well. But also focus on minimizing your routine because it could be some type of sensitivity or reaction to a specific ingredient or product. Opinions on Bioderma. I think they're great. I need to dive into their products a little bit more. I know a lot of you guys request a video about Bioderma and I keep forgetting that, so sorry about that. I need to dive into it a little bit more, but I like the brand from what I've seen. Does face exercises help? I have yet to see like a single professional, like dermatologist or even just people who are knowledgeable in, you know, muscle knowledge. Wow, my brain is just really struggling today, guys. Sorry. They've all just kind of said like, look, it's not really going to do anything major long term, but you know, it is one of those industries where there's just not much known about it. So I don't think there's anything really wrong with that, but be realistic with your expectations and just understand like, you know, it may not do anything, and that's okay. Just as long as it makes you happy, that's the most important thing. Okay, so I do have to go in like 4 minutes. I have an interview that I have to get into. So for the last 4 minutes, feel free to ask me non-skincare questions. We always do this at the end of every live stream. Just ask any like non-skincare questions, just hit me with them. I want to just respond to whatever, you know, curiosity questions you guys have about just anything. Oh, hi, Jonathan. Oh, I'm so glad I saw your comment. I got really lucky. Let's see. Oh, you guys are awesome coming in with so many questions. Favorite show, Game of Thrones, will always be my number one. Game of Thrones is incredible. Absolutely love it. How did I get the courage to color my hair? You know, I think it's one of those things that you just do it. You just don't think about it too much. You just do it. And then afterwards you're like, oh, I did it. That's about it. I think it's just for fun, you know, don't overthink it, because in reality, it's just like, the world experiences don't change too much. Like I, live in a place where people don't really dye their hair very interesting colors, and specifically guys. And I thought for a little bit, I was like, how are people going to treat me? Are people going to treat me differently? Never. It was never, ever an issue. So I think, just do it. If you're considering doing it, just try it out. You only live once. You may as well try it. Are you done moving? Yes, I'm pretty much completely done moving, and I'm so happy about it because that was so stressful. Oh my gosh, that was so stressful. Can I dance? I can't, but I like to think I can. I love dancing, but looking at old videos, I'm like, oh my God, Hiram, you cannot dance. Whoever told you that is a fucking liar. When did I move to Hawaii? About 5.5 years ago, 5 years ago. Moved here, fell in love, haven't been able to leave since. Do I like Positions by Ari? Yes. That's the only song I've been listening to all last night and this morning. I've probably already listened to it like 15 times. Love that song, so good. But I mean, it's Ari. I love Ariana. She's just the best. Favorite color, any type of ocean blues. I mean, it's obvious. I feel like it should be obvious because I wear blue all the time. I love ocean blues. I just think there's so many different variances and gradients, and all of them are just so beautiful and evoke this emotion in me that's just like, peace. That's why I live in Hawaii. Just seeing the ocean blues just makes me so happy. Hello from Ethiopia. That's so cool. Wow, that's so far away. I want to go to Ethiopia so bad. That's so cool. What's my zodiac sign? I am right on the cusp of an Aries and Taurus. I am technically Taurus, and I would say pretty much through and through I'm Taurus, but when it comes to like my ambitions, my dreams, my goals, I'm very much Aries in the sense that I'm like, go after them, like pursue goals and dreams, hardcore. That's just like my personality type. But I'm very Taurus in the sense that I'm super like morally motivated. I'm all about like, what are your ethics? Who are you as a person? And if I, like you, then I will like you forever sort of personality. But to be honest, I don't play into zodiac too much. I just think it's kind of fun. I don't like treat it like a religion, type of viewpoint sort of thing. Who would I want to do my next collab with? Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. You guys have no idea what's coming. But it's not James Charles. I'll just say that. It's not James Charles. That's the one thing, because I know everyone's like, he's in Hawaii. No, not James Charles. But you guys are going to lose your mind once you figure out. Where am I from? I'm from Arizona originally, a little country-ass town in the middle of nowhere, Arizona. Okay, 2 more questions real quick. Favorite type of tea? Black tea. It has the most caffeine. So good. I love it. Let's see. Favorite pizza topping? Just pepperoni pizza. Basic. I don't like anything on my pizza except for pepperoni. Okay, I'm so sorry. I have to get into an interview right after this, but thank you so much, guys, for this live stream. I appreciate all of your questions. I will be doing this again in 2 weeks on YouTube as well. Feel free to tune in. I really, really appreciate all of your super chats and all your support. And as always, you guys trusting me with your skin. It really means the world. And I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for the love and support. I will see you later. Bye.